Hello there, watchers of mystery and purviewers of peril. My name is Eggs Benny, and I'm joined here by my lovely players. Starting with the bottom row, we have Ness and our warlock for the day.
Hello, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood Ness here, and I play the Vampire Warlock, Valdis, who is just itching to go home. He just, after the whole incident with the little girl and everything, he just wants to sleep forever. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And then we have someone a little too used to death, our human druid.
Hello, I am Dusky. I am playing the young TS. Yeah. A little pissed at one of the other party members.
And all that is left is our comedy duo act. And we have the happy side of the tragedy mask, Aurora.
Hello. I'm Nurin Nightingale, and I play the, I guess, happy-go-lucky, paladin of Sunni, Aurora Rose, twin number 1.
And then joining
Hi,
on the other
everybody.
side. Oh, go on. Yeah?
No, you go ahead.
No?
No, you introduce this one.
No, it's fine. You're eager and you're ready. Go on.
I'm always eager and ready for D&D. Hi, everybody. I'm English Ray. I play the other half of the twins, the Ice Mod Cleric, Alstra Rose. She's stuck between two mums again, I guess. And her own moral compass, and apparently can't kick a dick for shit.
And I am the one hiding under your bed, teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red, Eggs Benny. Where we left
That
off
was
last
great.
week. I know, it came to me. Inspiration. If only I could give inspiration to myself, that'd be great.
Are we allowed to give inspiration to the DM?
No, unfortunately that's not how that works, but I appreciate it.
Oh. In a battle of irony, I literally cut my hand today on a zero glass. So Nightmare Before Christmas was a nightmare for me today.
But where we left off last week, you all left the town of Vallaki fully intending to go to the windmill and see what was happening there. But instead you got sidetracked by a man in a boat trying to drown a little girl. Saving the girl and drowning the man in return, you walk back to the town of Vallaki, but instead skirt the outskirts and end up in a Vistani encampment. You return the girl to her father, and in return, he gives you a present from his stores. He left you with an open invitation that you were completely happy to stay here for as long as you wish, to explore the camp, talk to the others here, perhaps interact with the few elves that have encampments around the edge. But the choice is yours. You were left, realistically, in the middle of a field, surrounded by different wagons and different little hovels, almost carved into the side of the hill. But it's what you do at this time. That is where we begin our session.
Well, Aurora wants some lunch. It's lunchtime, we were offered a place to stay and some cultural enrichment to go along with it. Let's do this.
Now, the real question is, do you go to the wagons or do you go to the hovels?
Depending on how long we're there, Aurora would start with the wagons.
Fair enough. So,
I,
you watch as Aurora just begins to head off in the direction of one of the many barrel top wagons that are around the top of this hill.
I feel like Val is a little bit on edge considering the whole everything that just happened. So he's probably a little bit away, just like in a sunspot, trying to dry off as much as he realistically can. Because him and TS went for a little bit of a swim. Um, so he's probably just like standing or like sitting on the ground, like kind of waiting for a group consensus because he's just too busy like trying to wring out like his cloak.
Oh yeah, no, everything that just happened, especially like that just happened with Azazel, is literally why Aurora's just over there like I'm a little bit of distance here.
Make it so people don't try to kill each other.
TS is sticking straight to Valdis's side.
Oh, buddy! Yeah, we're just kind of chilling, I guess. He would kind of like lean over and be like, "Are you sure you don't want to go and say hello to people or get a little bit of a snack after everything?"
I'm fine for right now. I also don't want to risk being alone with Azazel again.
He kind of like gives you a little bit of a soft smile, and like ruffles your hair a bit and is like, "I understand. Well, you're more than welcome to stick by my side for however long you feel comfortable." I forgot about my book. As he just like dives into his backpack and just pulls out a very sopping wet sketchbook. As he kind of just deflates a little bit. Ah, well, there goes 5 months of work.
If you put it near a fire, just near a fire, not on a fire, it should dry out okay.
He'll kind of like turn his head to Austra with like a little bit of like a sparkle in his eye, I guess. He kind of looks over to her and just, "Oh, thank God. You're a godsend, I swear. Well, I guess we need to find a fire."
I can make one. Honestly, being around a fire might be good right now.
I mean, wasn't there like fires in like fire pits that we walked past when we came here? Or am I misremembering?
I'll be completely honest, I can't even remember how last session ended properly because I was so tired.
That is so fair.
And
Last.
apparently tired me didn't bother making notes after I held person as Azazel.
All that happened after that is Azazel put you in a dip. You had a bit of a conversation about assumptions and morals, and then you took yourself out of his grip. And the session pretty much ended with me saying, "Oh, next session, you're going to be exploring the Vistani camp, potentially."
Okay.
Yeah, I literally had just written something up, a little bit of something up for her too.
Oh my god, thank you.
But yeah, if there's like campfires or bonfires around, Val will definitely just kind of like meander over to one and just be like, "Haha, I'm totally just normal and not weird. Please don't look at me." And just like put his book basically on like the stones that like surround the fire. and just like turning the pages every so often as he's kind of like a cat curled up by a fireplace, just like, ah, sweet warmth.
Do you know how to rebound books? Because you're not going to want to keep it in a clump. You're going to want to separate out the pages.
Well, I mean, it can't be that hard, right?
I've done it once or twice, so I can help.
Sure. Thank you.
Just goes over to the sketchbook very, like, carefully and just starts, like, taking out the pages. And then try to, like, save as much as we can so we can dry it all out, and then later we can reassemble it.
Mm-hmm. So I will give you 2 options.
Okay.
In terms of campfire, you know that the big main tent in the centre had multiple. So if you're willing to go into the big main tent in the centre, that is somewhere you can go. Or there is smoke coming from one of the chimneys of one of the hovels. So you could go there and potentially ask to use their campfire.
Well, considering there is a bleeding man in the main tent, I think I should stay away from there. So,
Yep.
to the hovel it is!
Yep. To the hovel it is.
Alright.
TS, you wanting to come with us? Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to come with us?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, let's go, dream team!
I'll probably call out for Saya as well, so Saya's just not invisible.
Okay, Saya, let's go. By fire. And she'll be like, I don't need fire. I am always cold as ice. Or something like that.
Probably.
I don't need fire to warm up my cold, dead heart.
I don't think she's that dark. Cool.
No, I don't even.
Not dark.
Just shrugs. Our
Alright
little
then.
bat is definitely full of surprises. That's one thing for sure.
Do you give everybody nicknames from flying animals?
Well, no. Not flying animals, just, he kind of pauses and just, I guess, animals in general. It's a bit of a habit that I picked up when I was younger, when I didn't really know too many people by name. So it kind of just stuck. Obviously, your dove just points to you. Aurora.
I'm not mad about it, I just was curious.
Yeah, it kind of just stuck, I guess, through childhood. And I never really quite grew out of it.
No, it's nice. Instead of just being referred to as, you know, the other sister.
Just raises an eyebrow like, people actually do that? They don't care to figure out who is who?
No, it's usually a lot of like, hey you, how are you? What's your sister doing right now? Or, oh hey, it's half of the dream team, and stuff like that. People never... It was almost as if they were afraid to guess who was who in case they messed up. So it was just a lot of ambiguous greetings.
But it... You can see the actual wheels kind of turning in his head as he's just like, it's not that hard.
You know, I tied up to the two guys I slept with.
Well, They are definitely, definitely not coming back into the picture if I have anything to say about it. You deserve and demand respect.
Yeah, somehow, that whole part. Which is why I got a bit mad at Azazel for his assumptions, because I don't do that anymore. Because twice I thought somebody liked me for me, and twice they called out the wrong name.
You can see Val just kind of like, he looks a little bit taken aback, and you can see his eyebrow is kind of just twitching, and he's just like, those insufferable little that is, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. That's
no, it's
awful.
fine. It's why I tend to avoid those kinds of celebrations now. I always make sure I'm doing some kind of performance, or I'm helping somebody out in the city with some healing or something.
You shouldn't have had to deal with that.
Just do me a favor, don't tell Aurora. She doesn't know.
He just kind of like mimes the like, my lips are sealed zipper across the lips. Like, I won't tell a soul, I promise. If it makes you feel any better, I've also been around the block a little bit myself, so I understand.
You get mistaken for your twin?
No, but I have stooped very, very low before into things I probably shouldn't have, and got myself in some trouble before, so. But, hey, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, the fun kind of stopped for me pretty quickly.
I understand. We need to find them, and we need to put pig's blood all over their door.
Why pig's blood?
Because those men are pigs, you see. Is he kind of like gives TS a little bit of like a smile?
It's fine, they don't. It's fine.
Well, if you say so, Dove. Just let me know if you need anything. I have plenty in my arsenal. As he kind of just waves from like, I guess the top of his cheekbone down to the rest of his body is just teeth, knives, 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 giant fucking scythe. I take my friends' well-beings extremely seriously, so.
You know how you're like really good with drawing and the knives and everything?
Kind of raises a little bit of an eyebrow. Go on.
How are you at cutting hair?
You see his smile just like peer up a little bit. Something very like childlike, I guess is the best way to put it. Just very like amused. Well, I've only had experience cutting my own hair, because most people don't really like to be near me, but I can definitely try. I am very good with scissors. What kind of style are you looking for?
Low maintenance. Short. Won't get in the way when I'm fighting.
Are we thinking pixie cut? Or maybe a bob? Something that you can pull the front strands of hair away so they won't be in your eyes, but still feminine.
I'm thinking some kind of fringe, whether it's like a side fringe or something, just so that way then it's out of my eyes completely and I haven't got to worry about pinning it back.
Hmm.
And something short, but not too short, because I know my sister will still probably want to braid it.
Hmm. Okay. So what I'm thinking is a little bit of a layered bob, kind of just above the shoulders, where there is enough room to braid it and pull it back. But it is out of your face, and you can tuck it behind your ears and have the little bit of the side fringe, maybe swooping a bit towards, I'd say probably your left eye.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Fabulous. All right. Once we're all done with this, we get back to the end, we can try it if you're
Yep.
up for it.
Can I ask a question?
You just did, but go ahead.
Have you ever brought this up to your sister?
No.
Is there any reason why?
Yeah, because it would probably break her heart. Aurora is kind and beautiful, and not just looking at her and saying, oh god, that's a beautiful woman, but as in, like, she is a beautiful person and a kind soul. And that's why people gravitate towards her. So, if she ever found us out, it would really, really hurt her.
Alright.
Val kind of just like nods along in agreement. Some things are all right to be kept secret, especially if they're a bit hurtful and there's nothing to be done about it.
I just want to be best if somebody knew, so that if Azazel keeps saying things, you can probably just get me out of there.
Well, think of a code word. Bit of a safe word, if you will, for a lack of better options. Or like a phrase. Something more... I found this amazing flower that I think you would like. Or something along the lines of... I've been thinking, how do you perform a handstand without falling flat on your face? Something that won't be very intriguing, for him at least. Kind of motions his head towards where Azazel is. Something that he won't want to be interested in. Or I can just be like, hey, hello, interrupting this conversation because I have prior... No, that sounds weird. Forget that.
Just probably just grab my arm or something and then just make me walk away.
Oh yes, I need to ask you a few questions, excuse me. Something like that.
That's great.
Just gives you a little bit of like a sad, awkward smile.
Anyway, we need to get you two dry. We need to get this book dry. And then we'll catch up with the others.
I don't know about you, he kind of looks down to TS, but I am a little bit of an ice cube at the moment.
Should we find somewhere or some blankets to keep you warm?
Well, over there, there's a bit of a campfire, so we were thinking of going to ask whoever is in charge of the campfire if we can commandeer it for a little bit.
Either that or I can just make a fire. If we prefer to be outdoors.
We would have to find rocks, would we not? And a little bit of kindling.
I can literally create fire.
Yes, but we wouldn't want the fire to spread to unwanted places. So we would at least want to find some rocks to make a little bit of a fire pit, just so the fire can't jump and ruin, say, somebody's tent or hurt any animals or anything like that.
Is your scythe just a scythe, or can you change its shape?
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll figure it out.
I go over to like a bit of land, so it's like clear, and I get like, I'm gonna assume the mace is probably gonna be the best thing to like try and like make a hole in the ground.
I think I have a crowbar.
Okay,
I don't want to dirty your mace.
it's fine. It's mud. It'll shake off. Just because there's something called like a stealth fire, and so if you make a hole in the ground and then you put stuff in there, it will contain itself in the hole, but still like give off the heat and the warmth and everything.
Hell yeah. So yeah, you can bash up any hard pieces of dirt while I can stab the rest of the dirt, and we can make a little hole.
Yep.
Teamwork.
Make a survival check for me.
Who?
I was just about to
I was
ask.
going to say, who's making the fire?
I guess that would be me.
Yeah, you probably have a higher wisdom than I do, so I can always just be like, "Hey, I'm helping make this fire."
I'm just gonna go with I'm a cleric.
Yeah.
I'm a cleric, so watch me make this fire.
Well, like I'm a cleric, so I'm wise. Do I roll it with advantage then, or just straight?
Yeah, because Valdis has said that they're helping you, so that's easy enough done.
We're digging this fucking hole, man.
21.
Hey, yo.
And with that, between the two of you, you make a little stealth fire.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier, in fairness, to dry out this notebook doing it with a stealth fire, because it means that you can put the pages around the rim of the fire, rather than trying to come up with like a pulley system of like holding it over the flame.
Hell yeah. Smart. Brain cells are being used.
But while you're doing that, Aurora, going around the different wagons, you find different levels of activity is probably the best way of putting it. In some of the wagons, some of the Vistani are sleeping. You get the impression that they were up during the night looking for Annabelle. So now it's their shift to come back and rest and sleep. Whereas in other wagons, there are multiple families, or at the very least people babysitting children. You get the impression that this is maybe where Annabelle was meant to be, before she snuck off to have an adventure of her own.
Go figure.
There are also wagons that are for just games. Like, you can see a couple of people gambling off to the side. And then, finally, the other wagon that is just set off to itself on the side. You peep your head in and see that Annabelle is in the middle. She's been put in front of what appears to be like some kind of an iron stove, and with a blanket wrapped around her. She's been, you assume, told to stay here to dry off. But when you peek your head round the corner, she does give you a wave.
Okay. Yeah, she'll pop in on Annabelle then. Just How are you doing?
I'm doing much better, thank you. Daddy told me to stay here to get warm.
Sorry, I just had a little bit of technical difficulty on my end. I can see why it would, I would wager he wouldn't want you far from his sight now.
Taking a quick look around, Aurora, this wagon is definitely nicer than the others. You're very quickly learning about the standing that Luvash has in this encampment. There are drapes of golden silk hung in the windows, and the wheels have gold sun-shaped hubcaps. A little hole has been made in the top of the cloth that creates the barrel top, and it's through that the pipe of the chimney goes through. The actual wagon itself, though, is a mess. Like, there's empty wineskins, dirty clothes, mangy furs strewn about. An insight into a man is the way that he keeps his room.
Yeah, she's obviously gonna take it all in, just lingering on, like, the suns and the, like, the gold, just... This is quite beautiful. Is there any meaning behind the suns over here?
You see Annabelle, like, kind of screw up her face as she thinks about that for a second. I don't think they're special, other than being pretty.
Fair enough.
Daddy likes to say that the Vistani are so powerful that we get to watch the sunset.
Does he? I'd like to know more about your people and your culture. Stories, things, anything you might know. I would love to hear what you'd have to tell me.
She gives you a big old smile, and she scoots closer to you because until this point, you've just kind of been peeking your head through the hole, like, that you can see into the wagon in. So, moving away from the stove, she actually comes up to sit on, like, what would be, like, the driver's bench.
Mm-hmm.
And sits right next to you. The Vistani are travelers. We traveled for years. Even before Daddy was born. We get to see strange places. We make money from selling goods. And then she leans in, and then with, like, a conspiratorial whisper, she goes, I have seen more than Barovia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you've seen the land that I'm from, too. I'm not from Barovia either. A place called Faerun. A city of Neverwinter.
You see her, like, screwing up her face, trying to, like, think if she's ever been where you're telling her that you're from. but she just kind of shakes her head. It's like, if I have, I don't remember it.
Mom, what other places have you been to? I quite honestly didn't know there was so much outside of Faerun. I always just figured, magical planes of existence and, portals, areas bags, like inside a bag of holding. Learning that there's other lands out there. That would be fascinating to learn about.
And that's it. You have completely grabbed her and piqued her interest, and she goes on a long, rambling tangent about, in fairness, places that you don't recognize, but not because it's anywhere fancy or away from Faerun, but just more the thing of like, she'll give you a really vague, sweeping description that doesn't necessarily make anything specific. And you get the impression of like, oh yeah, she's been on the adventures of a 7-year-old, which is driving in a convoy through a field with her dad. Like, and to her that's an adventure, but to you, you're there like, you're describing another field. Okay.
So this is field number 2.
But she does, however, make a comment that does pique your interest. Because she does talk about coming back to Barovia and how her family are able to just drive through the mist. And she says it nonchalantly, as if it's something that they very easily do. She'll talk about coming back and forth and going to Barovia, selling trinkets to the people in the different towns, leaving, getting more trinkets, coming back, and like, they're trading people. They live off of the trade of others. But it's the thought of, you have so much more freedom than you realize, young one. You can just leave.
I don't suppose your family would be willing to take a few passengers with you?
And you see her kind of screwing up her face at that, not in like disgust or anything. Like, it's just genuine, like, hard thought, like the kind of thought for a child where it's like, I need to actually put some effort into thinking about this. I don't think we're gonna be leaving soon, because we just got back. But when we do leave, you can always ask Daddy.
Alright. How often do you normally leave?
And again, like, you can see her like scrunching up her face, like giving thought. It's like, every 2 weeks.
Alright, I'm sorry. I don't mean to push so hard. It's just none of us are from here, and we miss our home, and we'd like to go back.
Then you must talk to Daddy. He would love to talk about not Barovia with you.
Alright, I guess I should go find him then, huh? While you just reaches out, kind of lightly, like taps her nose like a little boop. While you finish warming up.
Hey, I think. Oh, I know where he'll be. And you see her like take the blanket that she's got off. And to be fair, because she's been sat right in front of a roaring fire, she is basically dry now. There's a couple of damp patches of hair, and like you can see like the hem of a dress is just a little bit damp, but she's fine. So she jumps off of the wagon, holding your hand, and begins to lead you in the direction of one of the like the quote unquote family wagons.
Okay.
And you see him talking to Luvash is standing there with the other gentleman that was stood there in the tent with him originally when you arrived.
Okay.
But they're also talking to another Vistani man. It seems that he was also like another one of the sentries. But as you step closer, you see like the reason that they're there is because the teenager Alexei has been cut down from the central post, and he's now having his wounds tended to by one of the matrons.
Okay.
And they're either checking on his progress or at least giving orders to the matron. Seeing you come over, he gives you a smile. There's a little bit of a look of like, you're arriving with my daughter. Okay. And in true childlike fashion, wow, fascists now. In true childlike fashion, he goes, Daddy, Aurora wants to talk about non-Barovia with you. She's not from Barovia.
Well, at least I don't need to explain why I'm coming to talk with you.
The two older men share a look with each other. And the smaller of the two, the lither of the two, gives you a smile. Or goes, well, I do not believe I will be needed for this conversation. I will take my leave. And he walks off in a direction to another wagon, seeming to be quite happy to leave you here.
It's like, oh, thank you for providing my escape.
Pretty much. He walks off in a different direction, but Luvash like looks at you and is like, a non-Barovian. A very rare sight indeed.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure about Azazel, but the rest of our group, none of us are from Barovia.
Incredible. Oh, please, we will leave Alexei in peace. And he kind of takes you away from the wagon and leads you more towards like the central area. Please, I'm assuming that Annabelle has brought you here because you have either questions or information to share.
Questions. I was wondering if perchance the next time that you go trading to acquire more trinkets, if maybe you wouldn't mind taking a group of passengers with you? It would pay, of course. That wouldn't be a problem.
You see him scratching at his chin, like the chin strap beard that he has. He's just kind of running his fingers through it. We're not planning on leaving Barovia for a good while yet. We have only just returned the other day.
Yes, she mentioned. She didn't seem to know quite how often it is that you make your trips. It was something I was hoping to ask as well.
If you would not mind me asking, where are you from originally? I may know.
Faerun, my sister and I are from a city called Neverwinter.
Ah. I believe in Faerun you work in 10 days?
Going there in 10 days?
No, as in your period of time you work in 10 days.
Yes.
Ah, we will not be leaving for another 10 days.
Okay. If we're in the area and fingers crossed, still alive, would you be willing to take us?
It's definitely something I would be willing to negotiate. Oh, how about this? If you were to give me something of yours, we do have members of our encampment that do have magical abilities. If you would allow us to have something of yours, we would be able to contact you.
Okay. Just gonna start fishing into her bag. Just what do you need?
It doesn't necessarily need to be anything important. It just needs to be something linked to you.
Alright. Yeah, she's...
Because the item needs to have a connection to you for the message to work.
She seriously does not have... gosh. Would something I found here work? Or does it need to be more personal than that?
Well, if this is not too much of a personal thing, what about a piece of you, like your hair?
Gonna finger some of the locks of her hair. Just my hair.
Well, you do not have to. I'm just thinking it needs to be something of yours. And if you are looking through your bag and thinking none of this will work, what is more of you than, as bad as it sounds, your body? It doesn't need to be hair. It could be a fingernail.
She's gonna kind of pause, just considering things, and just... what about a piece of my dress?
Well, that would work if you're willing to cut off a patch.
Yeah, she would, she'd basically find a little spot, like an underlayer on her dress, to cut off. And give him, like, a little square.
I will keep this somewhere safe. And you see him put it in, like, it's technically a side pouch, but it has multiple, like, securing buckles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, this is a very safe place. Don't worry, I got this.
Okay. Well, beyond leaving, I was also wondering just about the other places you've been.
Oh.
Curious by nature.
You are more than welcome to come sit by the fire with me, if it is stories that you are wishing.
Yes. Yes, I'd be glad for that.
Okay. And I think, to be fair, Aurora, you're going to be sat there for a while. Because he has travelled to many places. and some of them outside Faerun. So there are many tales of different landscapes that you couldn't even fathom.
Mm-hmm. But she's getting a more accurate description than she did from Annabelle.
Oh yeah, I mean, granted, there is still a little bit of like, oh, because we travel long distances, like the amount of like farmers' villages we have to pass through, like he at least gives an explanation of why he's talking about a field. But the field always leads on to, and then this city, and then this town, and then these rivers, these mountains, these forests. Like, there is always, like, a reason.
Yeah, she'll be drinking it all up. Maybe occasionally taking notes with her little, her pencil and her book. And whenever she gets tired of doing that, just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be eating, just holding a ration. Eat while she listens.
Okay. You would see that he, like, noticing that you're taking notes, he does begin to slow down in his storytelling, just to give you the chance to take the notes. He doesn't want to say anything too quickly and you not get what you want down.
She's very, very grateful for that.
And we'll leave you there for now, as you're collecting stories. TS.
Yes.
You don't know where he came from. He appeared silently and from nowhere. But you watch as one of the Vistani men come up behind Valdis. And the best way I can describe it is he reaches out his hand and with the deftest flick of a dagger takes some of Valdis's hair and then immediately spins and turns to go.
And I don't notice this at all?
You don't know.
Damn it.
The only reason that you even notice this, TS, is because he was right in your blind spot. He was in perfect positioning. No one saw him do this. But he just was too quick with the flick of his knife. He just was a little bit too attention drawing. And you see him do this. Granted, by the time that you notice it, he's already turned around and is walking away.
Valdis? That person just took some hair.
His face kind of immediately drops and, like, his hand goes to the back of his head like, oh god, do I have a fucking bald spot now?
Do you want me to whole person him so we can get it back?
No, that's... I don't want to cause a scene, but just kind of points.
He just took your hair!
Oh, trust me, I'm going to have some very harsh words with him, but we are also in the middle of a camp. That is his people. If we do start something, we might be kicked out or worse. He just kind of looks to TS. And who was it?
Do I still see the person walking away?
Yes, you do. So, obviously they can only see the back of him now, but his long dark hair, like past the shoulder width, and wearing what looks to be like an olive green overshirt with like riding trousers, like they've been specifically built for like riding on horses and to protect your thighs. So it's like medieval joppers.
She's just gonna obviously just like raise a hand to point out the person.
Val will kind of like look to UTS and be like, you're in charge of the sketchbook, as he kind of like gets up and kind of like fast walks like, excuse me, sir.
I'll follow after Valdis.
And Valdis, he doesn't acknowledge you, but realizing that he's been made, he does begin to walk quicker. So when you're fast walking, he's also fast walking, like keeping that distance.
Okay, he'll kind of like a little bit of like a teasing tone, just like, usually people take me out to dinner first before they pull my hair. Can I have an explanation, please? Like, he's very obviously trying to make it light, but is still like, bitch, what the actual fuck?
I'm still looking at you to be like, do you want me to? Like, I can cast it.
If he doesn't, like, if he doesn't stop and he kind of just like keeps being like, put my head down and walk fast, nobody will know, if anything, Val would probably try to tackle him before resorting to burning more of your spells.
At your comment of people usually take me out to dinner, the man does stop in, like, holding up his hands in like a little bit of a surrender. He turns, with a smile on his face, he does turn back towards you. And now you actually get a look at his face. He has, like, the standard, I guess the best way of describing it is like, the conquistador mustached beard combo where it comes down to a point of the chin. And he gives you a smile. It is a toothy smile. It's full of mirth, and you can even see, like, in between his two fingers, like, it's just a tuft of, like, the very bottom of your hair. You wouldn't have even noticed it if TS hadn't have pointed it out. And he walks back over to you and he goes, "My apologies." And he's got that kind of voice that, like, it drips like honey.
Val will kind of just raise a bit of an eyebrow and, like, very obviously look him up and down and just kind of like, comment still stands. Are you going to buy me dinner? Or are we gonna have to have a little bit of a talk?
Depending where you are for dinner. And he just gives a shrug.
Val kind of like raises a bit of an eyebrow and just like, well, I will never turn down free food, but I still would like a little bit of an explanation. Do you know how hard it is to manage this hair?
With a chuckle, he comes more towards you so that you're not just yelling at each other from across a field. And he's now within, he keeps a respectful distance, but he's still, like, within 10 feet of you. Seeing the looks that the party's giving him. He's like, "My apologies, my brother bet me a wager that I could sneak some of your hair. And I almost got away with it. If it hadn't been for your friend, I would have more gold."
Any particular reason why you singled, or they singled me out? Is it because of my dashing good looks?
I think it's more your intriguing genes. And he, again, like, holds up your blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be like, I mean, come on. You apparently have naturally blue hair.
He kind of like pouts a little bit and just like, I see. Well,
Would
I'm
you like
sorry
it
you
back?
lost on. Sorry, what?
Would you like it back? And he, like, holds the hair out between his two fingers, like, just towards you.
Val will kind of like blink a little bit and kind of like,
I'm just gonna take that. And just takes the hair from him.
Yeah. And as soon as you take it from between, like, he had a little bit of a scissor grip on it, but as soon as you, like, grasp it, like, some of the strands, like, come out from between your fingers.
I'm making sure I like grab it all. Because spell components, power of hair over people.
oh yeah, that's what he was originally worried about. He's just like, I don't want to be fucking mind controlled. Not today, sir. But he'll kind of just like, I guess the best word to use is like snicker, where it's like a little like mischievous giggle, but like that sounds so weird. Is he kind of just like, well, all in good fun, but I will still take you up on dinner. It's the least you could do for ruining my hair.
Where are you staying tonight?
I believe we're staying at the Blue Water Inn, right? Just kind of like looks to Austra like, I got the name right?
Notes. I'm gonna go with yes because I can't find it in my notes. Yes, Blue Water Inn.
Ha!
Highlight that motherfucker.
I believe we are staying at the Blue Water Inn, just a little ways from here.
You see him, like, he purses his lips a little bit in thought. I have some errands to run, but if I leave now, I should be back in time for dinner. And he gives you this, like, smirk of a smile that's there like, oh yeah, I can do that for you.
Val kind of just like get a little bit like of a coy smile on his face and just like, how do I describe this? He'll kind of like push his hand through one side of his hair so that it kind of falls into his eyes and just, well, pretty boy, looks like you have a bit of errands to run, and just gives him a bit of a wink.
Until later. And the smirk turns into, like, more of a smile as he, again, turns to walk away. Except this time, it's less of a, oh shit, and is just trying to, like, get to the other side of the camp, and now it's a direct route to where the horses have been posted up.
When he kind of, like, walks away, Velor turns to Austra with just this, like, very smug-looking, like, face with, like, a little bit of blush on his cheeks, and he's just like, well, that turned out a lot better than I thought.
Have fun on your date.
Listen, it's been a while, and I have not been treated to a romantic outing in way too long. Oh, this means I need to do my makeup again. And I need to find, oh my gosh. And he just kind of like rattles off like, I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I need to do this, and I need to make sure I don't fucking eat anything, and like, and you just see him kind of like, well, I guess we have a little bit of time to spare, but I better not die before we get to this. I swear to God.
I'm sure you won't.
Note to self.
I'll do my best.
Dies before this happens.
But I am gonna throw this in the fire. And I just throw his hair into the fire.
He kind of just like watches as it like fizzles away, and he just like, again with a little bit of a small pout, like, I can't believe I let that happen. Ugh, I need to be more aware of my surroundings.
Hmm.
I'm not usually off my game this much. Might
You
be
seem
the
like you're
stress.
perfectly on your game.
He gives a little bit of like a snort as he kind of like covers his mouth with his hand and kind of like pats you on the shoulder like that was fantastic. You should make jokes more often. You're very good at it.
Thank you. But understate, do something I wouldn't do.
He kind of just like with a little bit of a blush on his cheeks, he kind of shoots you a bit of a wink. Like,
Or not. Completely your choice.
oh, darling, I have plans. If he's up to these plans is you know, we'll see. But I definitely have some thinking to do. And some makeup. And some outfit coordination.
But first we need to put your book back together.
If it's dry, hopefully. Now, for bookbinding, do you need leather cord, or are you just... Is it okay to have regular thread? I've never done this before, but I have read about it.
You can use string, you can use cord, you can use leather. It's just dealer's choice, really.
Well, considering the only thing I have on hand is some thread, that will have to do.
Okay, so is this thread like single strand, or is it like twisted with other strands so it's a bit thicker?
That's a fantastic question. Let me check my weaver's kit. It doesn't say, so I'm assuming it's just a regular, like, spool of thread. So probably just a singular, not like threaded, like intertwined.
Okay. Right. In that case then, what I'm gonna do, because we managed to save all the pieces, right? So technically like the original binding string is there, right? DM?
Sure.
I mean, it's just gotten wet, so I don't think it'll be, like, damaged. I mean, the cover might be damaged depending on, like, what kind of glue was used to, like, hold the, like, bookend part of it on. That might be fucked, but... I forget what the actual name is, but the cover cover page, it's what's attached to the actual like cover of the book in between the actual pages of the book and the cover.
Oh, the paper that actually sticks to the cover.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but that
I
might
can't
be
either.
fucked.
But I know how you fix it, and it's called hinge tape.
Yes. Art
Um,
nerds unite. Let's fucking go.
Okay, at this point, I think what I'm gonna have to do is then I'm gonna grab 4 twigs of roughly the same size, whack them into the ground so they're like facing upwards, and use them and keep like the pages together. And then I will use the needle from yours. And I'm going to get the thread as well. I'm gonna probably put like maybe 3 or 4 strands together so it's a bit thicker. And then I'm going to bind it together. And the cover, I will probably have to bind at a later time because I'm going to need some kind of glue. So unless we can find somebody to trade glue in the Vistani camp, or I'm gonna have to do this a good old-fashioned method and use garlic, which is very ironic. Because garlic be a natural glue.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, I mean, I can technically be around garlic. It just smells really bad.
While that is happening and book club is going on, Azazel, you have been sticking to the shadows. You're wanting to observe what happens. You're wanting to see what the others do. And in true party fashion, TS, Valdis, and Austra went off into a corner to build like a little fire to dry themselves off. And Aurora went around every single wagon wanting to see what was going on.
Yeah. They're all gonna die.
You've just witnessed one of the Vistani. I don't know how much you heard or if you came in at that point, but you've just whispered.
I've been here for a bit.
Oh, that's fair. You witnessed one of the Vistani, like, try to cut some of Valdis's hair.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt everything that's going on, but what I want to know, since I've kind of been in the background of kind of just observing, whenever that Vistani, like, they left, right? They're gonna reconvene. Was that correctly? I hear that right?
Oh, they've said that they're going to run some errands. They've walked up to the horses, and you've watched them fully, like, unhitch one of the horses and get on it, riding in a path, like, away from the camp.
Is there another horse that's, like, saddled up at the moment?
No. There are horses, but
Okay.
they're not saddled up.
Is he riding a saddled horse?
He isn't, no. But then he's, like, I described his trousers as being, like,
Yeah.
reinforced specifically for horse riding. So it's like, yeah, it's not got a saddle on it, but at the same time, he doesn't necessarily need one.
Well, let's see how bad this is going to be. I'm going to try to hitch a horse, and I'm going to see if I can quietly follow.
Okay.
If
Hitching
I fall,
is in,
that
like-
answers my question. Hitching is I'm taking a horse, and I'm going to follow somewhat in the background, trying to not be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Asher, I swear to fuck, if I don't get laid because of you, I'm gonna be so mad.
Hey, you don't know what he's got, alright? You gotta be careful. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm looking out for you, okay?
So, first, do an animal handling check, because you're essentially forcing a horse on a stranger.
Yeah. Right. Animal, where are you? Oof. Well, we'll see how this goes.
Oh my fucking god.
I mean, now is the
Dear
time.
Lord.
Natural 20, I can't believe.
Yeah, you become the horse whisperer.
Yeah. I'm like, look, I gotta watch out for these kids. Let's go.
So then the real question becomes, the horse does fully allow you to, like, mount it. Like, it's calm enough and it seems to be willing to be ridden. Do you have anything, like proficiency with land vehicles? Or just even proficiency with animal handling?
No, no, and no. I have proficiency in something else that will not help me in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going strictly by eyesight and or like hoof tracking.
Okay, so what I will do is ask you, how close are you trying to stick to the rider? Because obviously they've already got a little bit of a head start on you, and they are already in the forest.
Alright, forest traveling, probably 60 feet.
Okay.
Because it's not too close to really be taking notice, but at the same time I can keep eyes on, so 50-50.
Okay, make a survival check with disadvantage.
Oh, that one. That 20 to a natural 1.
Okay, so
Fucking rip.
we will come back to Azazel because you're going to be gone for a while.
Yeah, because I got lost.
Well, it's less you got lost, and the story that I'm going to feed you is that you get to the crossroads that what's it called? I need to actually look up the speed of a horse and like how fast you can move through the terrain.
Normal.
Because you learn very quickly that the dude in front of you is galloping, so like he's going like clappers, like he's fucking gone.
Well, I was hoping to be able to catch up, so if I immediately like just go, I have no idea where this dude went, I'm not going to steal someone's horse. I'm going to bring it back.
No, sir. So I say that you travel. You even end up traveling past the windmill, and you go.
Didn't they say talk about the windmill?
Hmm.
They did.
Yeah.
The party told me about the windmill and told me it was dangerous.
You were with them when they walked past the windmill, and were there like, that's something
we
I
never
want to
went
check
back.
out.
Oh, do I do it by myself? No, I'm a smart person. I want to live. Continue.
But you end up going past the windmill, back the road that you travelled 2 days ago. Actually, no, a day ago. Take that back. So you travel back down the road until you get back to the first crossroads, where the path to the left leads up to Castle Ravenloft, and the path to the right leads back down towards the second Vistani camp, the one with Madame Eva. But now you've lost him. You don't know which way he's gone.
Yeah, at that point, I won't kill the horse. I'll turn around and just make it a leisurely travel, so I'll still be out for a while.
Yeah, I do have a dedicated pin in a website to be like, oh, well, if you're traveling at this speed, you can travel this far in an hour. And it's very lovely, but at the same time,
It is.
it means that I need to actually get up that calculator to be like, if you're sprinting, that's technically 120 feet. Okay, so in an hour you can do 14 miles apparently. God damn. That might actually be enough to get there and back.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that then. Like, you're gone for about an hour. But that's only if you
Copy that.
sprinted there and back.
No, I'm not sprinting, so I'll probably like an hour and a half, hour 40 back.
That's that. But we'll keep that in the noggins of like, that's how long Azazel's gone for. Okay. So we'll skip the process of binding the book. You'll have to do it the old-fashioned way, because I'm assuming you're not going from caravan to caravan being like, do you have any glue?
Yeah, seems like a little bit of a silly question. So if it's leather, we can technically sew the cover page to the actual cover, and that should be fine. So
I mean, I can sew it. It's just more the thing of like the glue kind of like reinforces it.
yeah, but also as soon as you're like, I could do it with garlic, and Val's like, no, that'll make me smell so fucking bad. We're sewing it.
I can put herbs in with it as well. I can make it smell like lavender if you want to.
Do you know how strong garlic smells?
Garlic is a very potent smell.
Yes, you act as if I'm, not a fan of garlic bread. Like, I know how bad garlic smells.
Val would just be like, I appreciate it, but
I'll just bind it as it is then. It's
Thank
just
you.
not gonna be very secure.
It's fine. We'll find proper glue later. I just don't want to smell of garlic. That's all.
I don't even have garlic on me.
Ha! And just points his finger at you like,
I gave you the option. I never said I was going to.
He kind of does the anime thing of like he pulls his eyelid down and he sticks his tongue out at you.
Okay, who's supposed to be the trial between you and this one? Like, points at Valdez and NTS.
He kind of like looks at you in like mock offense and is just like, and here, I thought we were friends.
We are friends. That's why I've just bound your book.
He kind of like snorts. You see his little like facade, I guess. It's not really supposed to be good, but his character breaks and he's just like, ah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you. I I really do appreciate.
It's fine. Haven't done it in a while, so it's actually pretty fun. Nice to know I can still do it.
This does mean, in exchange for your services, that I get to create a dress for you. No questions asked. Don't even try it.
Do you need materials?
Probably, but we
I
probably
have linen and cotton.
We're not dressing you in that. I will need your measurements, and when we get to the next town, hopefully we can find something. But I'm not keeping my hopes up.
I mean, this is probably going to be the best place to find fabric.
That is very fair.
I don't recall seeing a haberdashery in the town.
You know what? That's so fair.
In fairness, you also didn't walk through the majority of the town. You literally went straight to the tavern because it was the evening. So...
We can ask around here for fabric, and if they don't have any, we can ask if they know there's a haberdashery in town.
I'd definitely say we can make that an arrangement.
Okay.
As long as I get your opinion on what feels nice and what kind of fabric you like and what color you like.
Honestly, I haven't had anything new in a while, so maker's choice.
You have no idea what you got yourself into. As he says with like
I
a
guarantee
gigantic smile, like he already is cooking up plans in his noggin. It's like, as soon as these papers are in the book and they're dry, I'm gonna do so much sketching.
I finished like binding the book, and then I like give it back to you. But there you are. Not as secure as it was, but everything will stay in place for a good long while. I made sure to double bind it, so there is a lot of thread in that keeping it all together.
Thank you! As he kind of just like takes the book and like...
It is actually like pretty secure, like she's done a decent enough job on it, and it's just like, this can take like a bit of beating and it will still be okay.
Hell yeah. He'll kind of like look at you with a very, very big smile and just like, truly, I really do appreciate this.
Okay. You need to keep exploring your artistic side, because honestly it is something that needs to be put into this world.
You see him kind of like blush a little bit, and he kind of like tries to wave it off a bit. Well, maybe once we're done with all of this shenanigans, maybe I can open up a tailor shop, but I don't know if that's in the cards for right now.
I will definitely put in good words everywhere that I go, and you will get big business, and I will also help you with it. Any money I make will definitely go into that shop.
Darling, keep some for yourself at least.
I will do, but I'm I want to see how this works.
I will never say no to free money.
Good, because I'm going to give you what I can to get you and your business started.
That is if we live long enough.
Yeah, it's always kind of like on that scenario, but on the assumption that we do get out of here, we're going to get you that shop.
Val kind of like gives you a little bit of a sad smile and like pats your shoulder. Well, that's enough mushiness for right now. I can feel my legs turning to jelly.
Yeah, we probably should find my sister.
I hope she's not gotten herself into too much trouble.
No, I'm sure she's fine. Are you two dry enough?
I
Kind of
Like,
just
I'm
like
assuming we've been sitting here for like a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, would they be dry?
I mean, you've been huddled around a tiny little campfire, so you're definitely not bone dry, but it's at least enough where they're like, yeah, there's a bit of dampness in like my boots. My sock is probably going to take a while longer, but I'll be fine.
I would have thought that they'd taken off like their boots and socks and again laid them around the fire.
I mean, yeah, assuming, but at the same time, like, just take it. You're still a bit damp, but you're fine.
Okay.
Yes,
you were gonna say
not-
something?
Yes, would not have taken off his clothes or anything like that. He does not mind just being absolutely soaked.
Well, that makes fucking one of us, because Val would probably be like bare feet on the ground, like taking his socks off, put everything that he isn't like for modesty reasons around the fire, and then just like shimmy back in everything as we're like, let's go check on Aurora. He's just like, oh shit, fuck, hold on, I just boot, and just like hops along as he's trying to lace up his fucking platforms.
Take your time, I gotta find my tin whistle. Because there's a specific tune that Austra plays in case she ever loses Aurora.
That is so fucking funny. I love that.
So just literally gonna go around this place playing that tune. Hoping she'll hear.
Okay then, yeah. You were in the middle of, like, just a story where Luvash is telling you about these forests that are attached to the side of mountains, and because they were there in the autumn, it looked like the mountain had turned like an orangey brown, like from the colours of the leaves, and like telling this really lovely, like, ambient story, and then you just hear like this tiny little tune on a tin whistle.
I think she had to BRB.
Completely fair. So in that case, then we'll do like a little bit of like a Marco Polo, where hearing the response, you know that Aurora is in the central tent.
Okay, awesome. Oh, they're back.
Beautiful timing. Okay.
What did I miss? All I know is that among the last things I heard was everyone was Austra wanting to go find Aurora.
Yeah, so she pulls out a tin whistle and starts playing like the particular tune that she plays that Aurora knows means, I'm trying to find you, where are you?
Okay.
And it's just that particular tune just over and over again.
Okay. So in that case, does Aurora hear it from where she's at?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we do stomp out the fire. I just want to say that we didn't leave a fire in the tent.
Fully leave the fire unattended. Only we can prevent forest fires. Not
Oh my
today.
fucking God.
I think in this case you mean a field fire.
What is a field but a very small forest?
First the grass.
In that case, when she picks up on the tune, she would politely excuse herself from the campfire and the stories. Just, my sister's trying to find me. Excuse me. It's been wonderful talking to you, and I'm so very glad you told me what you did. Thank you.
Any day.
And she'll hurry off to go try and find a Austra.
Because you're at the top of the hill, very easy to do.
Fair. You called?
Yeah, are we wanting to head back to the town? Or are we staying here? Are we going to the windmill? What are we doing?
A question to the DM at that point. What time is it now? After everyone is dried and stories have been told.
Let me check. Because technically, it won't be late at all, because you didn't get to the camp until like 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's 10 a.m. after you got to the camp with Arabelle. I'd say that you've been there... going around, drying off, rebinding an entire book.
Couple hours.
Yeah. So it's past midday at this point. Not by much, but it is past midday.
Well, it looks like we would still have the time to go to the mill. If everyone doesn't mind, but that's up to everyone else here.
Is Azazel with us, or is Azazel still off on his own?
You don't see Azazel now.
Was his asshole not with you?
No, I figured he. Shrugs, just kind of almost like innocently, nonchalantly, like, honestly, I don't know enough of what would be going through his mind, but he does seem to have plenty that he does on his own. I've not seen him since you froze him.
Hmm.
If we're going to leave, though, we should make sure we've got everybody.
Alright, in that case, while we're here, does anybody need to buy anything?
Like we talked about, if we see any fabric, we'd love to peruse that.
Okay, let's go have a look. Let's do a bit of trading, and we'll wait for Azazel to get back.
I'll keep a lookout for Azazel. I don't want much that I need to trade for right now.
Alright then.
Okay.
What is it that people are looking for specifically? You're wanting to trade, but what for?
I'm currently looking at the components, so give me a bit.
For me, it would definitely be fabrics. If they have any specially dyed, or if they have like any woven fabric.
Make an investigation check for me.
Can I aid or not?
You're looking at components.
I mean, me myself, I'm looking at components to figure out what ones I need.
Well, I rolled an 11.
You don't need to, so we'll say no. Going off on your own a little bit, Valdis, you peruse the different tents, and you've seen the clothing that the Vistani wear. They're naturally brighter, more colourful, different fabrics, like, and especially even like sashes worn over overcoats, worn over jackets. Like, they must have some kind of fabric here. And you do head over to one of the tents that Aurora would have found out earlier had been one of the quote-unquote family tents. But when you poke your head through and say to the matron in there that you're wanting, like, to potentially barter about fabric, she very happily perks up, but does ask the distinction if you're looking for fabric for bandages or fabric for clothing.
Definitely fabric for clothing.
Alright then. And yeah, she produces multiple different, I've forgotten the word for it, but it's like the tiny swatch of fabric to be like a tester.
Oh my fucking god.
The sample. There we go. Like, she pulls out
Yeah, there we go.
samples. And it's kind of like, oh, are you looking for more of this, and more of this, and more of this? And even the most basic linen has been dyed, like, some kind of unnatural colour. And it goes all the way from, like, really deep, almost like a blood red, to every kind of natural dye that you could find in the wild. And even you would know, like, there's some, like, deep purples and, like, royal blues in there that are incredibly hard to dye. So it's like, oh wow, you found these, okay.
It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, you guys are talented. Good lord.
Admittedly, the more woven fabrics, like, there is some cotton, and there are, like, sheets of cotton prepared to, like, turn into patterns of things. But there isn't anything fancier than that.
Val would kind of, like, point out the deep royal blue and ask how many yards that she has and what she would like in return. Or if she would like money.
Holding out the sample to, like, clarify that you want that one, she then gets the bolt of fabric that she has and thumbing through it with, like, her nail, and you notice that her thumbnail has been shaped in a way that it comes out to, like, a point. Which is like, that's really good for splitting thread for needles and this and the other, like, having something for embroidery, like, this makes sense. But she thumbs through the bolt, just being like, how many rolls thick is it? And in fairness, it's not that thick, but it's at least a good couple of yards. I'm going to say like 3 or 4.
Okay. Austra, how tall are you?
Aurora, how tall are we?
I mean, I think I tend to make my characters around 5'4" to 5'5", so
Average height. Okay, we'll go with 5'5" then.
Okay, yeah. Then like 4 or 5 yards is definitely enough.
Alright then. She looks to you and puts the bolt to one side, not away from you, but just more the thing of like, okay, this is what you want. And then goes, what do you have to trade?
He would actually pull out the patches of fur that we found in the murder house, like the very big blankets.
Yes, and like, she looks at them, and admittedly, since being taken from the murder house, they've definitely lost a bit of their luster. They're not as extravagant as they were before. Like, you can see where it's almost as if the fur has aged considerably since you brought it out of the house. But it's still workable and still usable, still treatable. It can definitely be treated back to its old luster. And she takes them from you, feels the weight, has a look at, you can see her running her hand through the fur just to try and like get an idea of what fur it is.
Mhm.
And she nods, happy with the exchange, as she gives you the bolt of fabric.
Hell yeah.
But she
Alright.
takes, because you took 2 fur coats, right?
Yep.
She takes both of the coats.
Yes, I will remove that from my inventory. I won't tell Austra what I did trade because she'd probably be upset. But
She had no attachment to the furs. So
cool. Still not telling you because it's gonna be a surprise.
Any other trading done?
not well, actually, she might have it in this place. Actually, she might not. I was gonna say glue just to fix that book properly.
You can make an investigation check.
Okay. It's a 4.
Yeah, no. Like, going from caravan to caravan, it's not that they don't have glue, it's just every time you poke your head through somewhere, it's like, oh, they wouldn't have glue.
Right, okay.
So as you poke your head through, it's like, oh, there's a load of sleeping people. It's like, oh, I'm not going to wake them up and asking them if they have glue. Oh, here's a caravan of day drunk people. Yeah, I'm not asking them if they have glue.
Okay.
And it gets to a point where they're like, yeah, I'm just not gonna.
I'm not gonna bother. Okay.
Anything else? Okay then. I will say, just because of timing and the way that it works, Azazel, you arrive back at the camp once they're done with their shopping.
What's up, bitches? Also, I tie the horse back up where I found it and hope nobody noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody notice?
I mean, people are watching you walk back up the hill with their horse, but no one seems to be kicking up too much of a fuss because they're seeing you return it in good health and exactly where you found it.
Cool. If I see them look at me, I just kind of give them a little, like, 2-finger salute. Like, I put it back. But I'll go to the, up to the group and like, all right, what have you guys been doing?
Waiting for you to get back.
Oh, where are we going? Surprised you waited, honestly.
That was my idea.
Someone who still appreciates my company.
No, we're just very familiar with the concept of no one left behind.
She already said it, of course, so I know you're lying. She's telling me the truth. I'm cooler than you. We all know it. Where are we going?
Considering I can create fire, yes, you would be cooler than me.
So we're going to the windmill.
Ha. Windmill sounds great. That's where I came from.
Well, looks like we're
Wait, hold on. I haven't stopped laughing at that joke. Ha. Okay, now you can go.
kind of just raises a little bit of an eyebrow at you, but like.
Wait, hold on. I got another one. All right, now you can go.
Are you done yet?
I don't know. They keep coming up. It was really good.
Yes, it's just gonna start walking past.
As long as we
why are you
can
still
get-
holding on to a water bladder or a water canteen? Well, fuck, whatever they're called.
Water skin.
Yeah, that's what I said.
This is just walking.
Do you look down at your bear to double check?
Not in sight, but yes.
Perfect. That's all I needed. And off to Windmill Land, shall we? I kind of put my arm out for Aurora.
She will take your arm.
Ah, very, very nice. See, somebody understands what it means to be a decent human being. And I trot outside with you.
I just look to Valdis with the look on my face.
Val will just kind of like snicker like behind his hand as you just give him the like the office face where they look into the camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whenever we get out of earshot from Astra, I'm gonna look like kind of talk like lean over to Rob, be
Alstra.
like, look, I don't like you anyways. I'm not gonna get your name right. That's exactly he will get it wrong.
That's really nice to say.
That was me. That was my character. That's not me. That's what I'm like. I'm having
Wow,
trouble getting it
okay.
right. You know what? Don't take it personally. Woman.
Wow.
You know I care and love you. Your character. But anywho, I'll lead over to Robert. Like, your sister Astra. I warn you right now. I am having so much fun fucking with her. I hope it doesn't bother you. And if it does, I still don't know if I'll stop. But I feel like saying this makes it better.
We've had our own share of teasing each other growing up. Definitely completely different people, despite being identical. So,
Incredibly so.
as long as it doesn't go too far, too physical or deliberately hurtful, like personal jobs, I don't see the harm in teasing.
If it ever goes that far, you tell me, because I am told I'm great at social cues.
Alright.
The guys coming? Whatever your name is again? Winks at you.
I'd imagine they'd be like walking just a bit slower behind the both of them.
Yeah, I'm calling out, not even look behind me, even though I know you're there. Hey, TS!
TS is not looking back, just continuing walking.
That child loves me. I am like a role model for him, and I mean, kind of normal.
Oh, clearly.
Clear. See, you can see the kid. Man, I should be a teacher.
I'm surprised you're not already.
They don't get paid enough. I ain't doing that shit. All right, are we sitting on a horse? Are we walking? Are we taking a horse? Are we taking a carriage? What are we doing? I'm assuming you're gonna make a fiery horse because you're cool like that. Look back at you, Astra. Fuck, what's your name again?
Alstra.
Alstra. What? Oh, okay. It's like, well, that's a
Al
bad
and
analogy.
Strahd. Alstra.
I'm calling you Al from now on.
That's what word you're gonna be in if you keep fucking me off.
Fucking you? Oh, damn. Okay, I didn't know I was fucking you off. Damn,
I meant to say pissing. I'm so tired.
I know you. I know you are, but I'm running with it. I'm so sorry, Aurora. Apparently I'm fucking off your sister so much. I didn't even know it, and she's tired because of it. So I must be doing my job correctly.
And here, I haven't even gotten you into a bath with me yet.
I know, you would think, but your sister, she is just the fucking off.
I just played my tin whistle really loudly just to try and drown voice.
Her blowing the whistle, whew, she knows what she's doing.
As this is going on, yes, it's gonna be casting a spell.
A silence.
I'm casting deafness on myself.
Does deafness have a radius, or is it literally just one person?
It's one person.
I'm going to continue this horrible joke for the next 15 minutes to annoy everybody, and then when that 15 minutes goes by, I'll finally stop.
That's 1 minute. 1 minute of listening.
If that's happening, I'm purposely staying behind long enough so that I cannot hear you.
That's fine. That's fine. The forest hears me, so does the gods above. They know I'm doing right.
The gods are fucking mistaken us right now.
But yeah, that's
Alright.
I'm confident in my abilities for 15 minutes. DM, carry on.
Mm-hmm. You all know from yesterday that it's going to take you 2 hours to walk from the town to the windmill, following the road all the way around. And in fairness, the walk is relatively easy and undisturbed. It's only
Except for
as... Oh, of course. But it's only as you pass round the switch bend away from the lake, heading back up the hill and out of the valley that Valaki sits in, that you again begin to smell. It's almost like rotting fruit. There's a sweetness in the air. A smell of rot and death.
I'm gonna lean over to Astra. I'm like, it smells like your sister's personality.
Hey, wise ass, wrong sister.
Wait, who? Wait, are we fucking off again? Damn, we're fast.
You said you leaned over to Astra and smells
No,
like
I
your
said
sister's
I lean
personality.
over to. I lean over to. Oh, did I say Astra? Well,
You said
You said
Astra.
Astra, so
I'm
hey, wise
tired
ass,
in real
wrong
life.
sister.
You're welcome.
You're
That's fine.
banking on it.
It's perfect, actually. I'm looking over and like, and your sense of humor too. And I'm gonna be like, fuck, you guys have how? Hold on a second. One of you have to. I don't know. Wait, which one's you again?
Astra.
No, I know your name. Well, I don't. You're Owl. But how do I tell you the two from the difference? Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go
My
up.
sister's gold eye is on her right side. My gold eye
I'm
is on my
dyslexic.
left.
I don't know my left from my right. I'm gonna just go up,
Well,
grab a
in
little
that
piece of
case,
mud.
then I'm the one who's not next to you, and I walk away.
Aurora's gonna point to the mistletoe choker on her neck. I also have a
right.
necklace.
That okay. I'm never looking at your chest. I'm only ever looking at that.
So, the smell of rotting, is it coming from a body or anything?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, as that banter's going on, Valdez, you and TS look over to the side of the road, and it's another wolf. It's been pinned to the floor with multiple spear points.
Hmm.
And from the looks of it, it was heading in the direction of town. Like, the way that it's facing is back towards town.
Oof, alright, well.
You do
Val
also
kind of,
notice, going towards it, like, as you're, like, going to inspect the body, that it has actually been skinned, partially.
Interesting. Okay, so they killed it and then took its fur. Val kind of looks at it with a little bit of, like, a mix of disgust and a little bit of pity as he kind of, like, wrinkles his nose and kind of, like, urges TS to, like, keep moving. Like, just don't look at it for too long. Just like, well, I can't tell if that's a good sign or a bad one.
I don't think this is a good sign.
Best keep on our toes then. He kind
Are we
of
going
like
inside?
we're not in the windmill yet.
I know. I'm asking what we're gonna do when we get there.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, never
Yeah.
Just gonna walk
Why are we
away.
whispering?
because this is out of character, and I was
Ah.
trying to be subtle and be like, we're not there yet.
No, I was like, what are we gonna do when we get there? Like, are we gonna go inside?
Yes, is making sure to keep a wide berth away from
I'm constantly getting into
this
your
is-
blind side without you knowing.
If anything, Val would try to keep himself between TS and Azazel, or he would kind of like keep TS a little bit on his like right side to where he can like pull him away if need be, and he'll try to keep Azazel kind of like behind him on his left.
The weird thing about Azazel, he does not walk in a straight line. Like Aurora, if you walk with him, he cannot keep a straight line.
You know, she would probably start just kind of having fun with it and everything, moving her feet kind of like dance steps.
It's hard to tell if he's drunk, if he just can't walk straight, or if it's intentional.
So wait, does he walk like Jack Sparrow then?
In
Minus
the sense
hands.
of minus the hands, yes, because his hands are always like up behind his head or like sitting on his hips or something like that. But his walking wise, yes, he's always just kind of swaying.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, she'd start having some fun with it and just kind of moving with him, but doing it kind of like she's turning it into a dance on her end.
But yeah, apparently, if no one wants to answer, he'll be like, all right, I will figure it out when I get there then.
I would assume we would have to go inside to properly investigate.
Agreed, but apparently TS is taking the lead. He's taking a note from my book by walking in front of everybody. The strong, silent type. He's playing the role I've created for him perfectly. Let's watch where this continues. I'm going to say it loud enough so TS can hear me.
Not responding.
I have a new way. I love what's about to happen. I'm just going to enjoy it. But damn, continue.
Another hour, half an hour goes by, and you are back on that pathway that leads up to the windmill. You can see it in the distance, falling apart, the outside stone flaking in places. Any planning being done, or are you just walking up?
I think we definitely should have a game plan before we just enter willy-nilly, because that kind of didn't work for us last time.
TS is not stopping. He's not letting Azazel get closer.
See, he's doing exactly what I would do when I was his age. He's taking that initiative. He's going to go right in there without two thoughts of traps, of anything dead in there. The kid, he's a natural. I'm so proud of this kid. He's got, keep doing it, man. I'm so proud of you. You keep doing it.
Oh, just such an asshole.
But on a second thought, you may want to stop and I can check the door frame, because also, as much as I appreciate you following in my footsteps, I also don't want to see your legs get blown off.
Hearing that,
Or cut in half again.
TS will
Again?
then walk off the path to the side.
Again? Hold on, we haven't gotten put past this part. Again?
Well, just remind me to prepare silence tomorrow.
Duly noted. I'm getting a bit of a headache myself.
Mm-hmm.
No one's answered this question. Again? He's a 13-year-old child.
Yes, it happened in the murder house. He's fine. We healed him. Let's go.
You know how much PTSD that would give a child?
I know, but he doesn't want to talk about it, so shut up and move.
Alright, fine. Cut in half. Oh, he's fine. I healed him. The kid's not fucked in the head.
I nearly lost a hand in the murder house as well.
I actually died in the murder house.
But you're already dead.
Just sticks a tongue out at you.
Alright, everyone, stop losing limbs. Stop being cut in half. But that's cool as fuck, dude. Like, fucking give it here. And I, like, hold out a fist bump.
Just staying away.
Takes, like, 2 steps back. Alright, can I will check the door frame for traps.
Okay.
As I'm doing it though, DM, I'm gonna whisper myself loud enough for everyone to hear, because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, that would be an investigation check.
Never done this before.
For everyone else, now that you're up at the actual windmill, the top of it is almost shaped like an onion. It goes out before it comes back into a point. It's leaning forward and to one side as though trying to turn away from the grey sky. The grey brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors, and then there's a decrepit wooden platform that goes around like almost a third of the way up the windmill. Perched on the wooden beam above the door is a raven, and it hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated. As far as you can tell, Azazel, there are no traps on this door.
That crow doesn't mean anything. After you, TS.
You can do this.
Oh, now you'll talk to me? See, he's following the footsteps perfectly. Keep it going. What are you going to say next? See? Knew it. It's going to be silent.
Now.
Exactly how we planned it. Good job. Keep it going. All right. I would like to peer in first. Before I didn't see any traps, so I would like to just kind of slowly push the door open with a finger and just peer my head in.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can only see a little slither because of the way that you're opening the door. But please make a perception check for me.
See.
I apologize in advance if I talk and you hear fireworks. I'll try to keep it to a minimum.
It's all good.
You said perception?
Mm-hmm. Okay. While this is going on, with Azazel poking his head through and looking through the door, the crow / raven / corvid / bird on the sill is still hopping and squawking, trying to get someone's attention.
Val would go over immediately.
I nudge Aurora. Can you do that thing again that you did with the rats and talk to it?
I can.
You might want to try.
Valdez, make an insight check for me as they're having this discussion.
Oh boy. Oh wow.
Fair play. With that insight check, the raven, you get the impression, you get the sense, it's trying to warn you.
Mm.
And now that it sees that you've received the message, it gets up and flies off to the north.
Val would immediately go over to Azazel and not really touching him but hovering I have a really bad feeling about this. I think we should just leave it.
No, I think that's the best one. We should go in further.
Azazel,
please.
What you can see through the crack in this door is a staircase that winds up to your right. So there is a way to the upper levels, and the room is cluttered with baskets, jars, masonry, barrels, full to the brim of just, there's no other way of putting it, just clutter and shit. However, you do smell the most amazing, heavenly smell. There's it's fresh baked pastry, there's some kind of icing sugar in there, whatever's cooking smells gorgeous.
Oh, there's something that's definitely gonna try to kill us in here.
Azazel, please.
What? Please what?
This is a very, very bad idea.
Yeah, those are usually that makes the best stories, though.
Val kind of looks at you with a bit of a pleading expression. It's very, like, serious. He's not, like, fucking around. He's not goading you or anything. He's, like, genuinely, like, I have a very bad feeling about this. I think we should just leave it be.
TS, what do you think? You should go first. I completely agree. After you.
Yes, just nodding. Just nodding, trying, doing his best to not entertain this shit.
You're right. Keep them guessing. I like it. Stand there, pretend like you didn't have the same idea as me. Good kid. Good job, kid. Keep it going. Keep it going. I'm right on your tail.
TS.
Listen.
Because you have the
Yeah,
highest
go
passive
ahead.
perception of everyone, you would also see now from the perch that is atop this hill, you can see actually a very decent distance in all four directions, because the windmill is just on the top of, like, there's a hill and then it goes down into the valley, so you have a pretty decent view of your surroundings. And off to, I would say, to the northern edge, just as it meets the forest and the trees kick back up again, you can see take that back. You can see 4 squat standing stones. And normally that wouldn't grab your attention too much. It's just some kind of left architecture, or maybe something natural. But there are multiple ravens circling around the top.
The standing stones are not inside. They're... How far away are they?
From you, walking back down the hill, potentially like 100, 150 feet away. They're at the forest edge. Let me actually check the map, because this might actually be to scale. Ooh, it is to scale. TS, it's whatever 1/8 of a mile is in feet. So I'll let you look that up on Google.
Yeah, because I don't know how much... I don't know off the top of my head of how many feet are in a mile.
Neither do I. But it's whatever 1/8 of a mile is in feet. And it's that far away.
660.
Oh, there you go. It's 600 feet away.
660.
Ah.
Fucking far. Alrighty.
But it's... The thing that's drawing your attention is Valdis saying that the raven above the door was warning you, and then looking over and seeing multiple ravens circling over the top of these stones.
Animals have been playing a rather large part in mornings here. They're also... If they're continuing the message, it looks like they're trying to warn us of death on the inside.
Corvids are usually the birds of my patron. So I trust them a little bit more than any other bird. And especially if this one was warning us. If Madame says it's a bad idea, I'm not going anywhere near that.
With a very... Oddly enough, the most serious face that you've seen Azrael with looks to you, TS, and goes, I trust you with my life, kid. You tell me what we do. I know what you want to do.
I
I know what you want to do.
Fuck you.
Do it.
No, I'm not
Do
doing
it.
that.
Do it.
Don't listen to the voices. What's TS gonna do?
Yeah,
Do we
no
want...
peer pressure.
We already learned some things about the windmill. If there's something dangerous inside here, this is very close to town.
Before we go inside, I can cast Divine Sense and see if I can try and find anything inside.
Hold up. The kid hasn't actually said what he wants to do. Like I said, kid, I trust you with my life. What are we doing?
Taking a census right now. Because this is close to the town where people we wanted to keep safe are currently residing. We don't know what's in here. We don't know what it's affiliated with. If it's affiliated with anything. It might be better for us to take the risk to take it out. Keep the town a bit safer. Others' thoughts?
I agree.
To go in and give everybody out safety.
Guarantee the safety of the villagers, yes.
Val is very torn. You can see it plainly on his face that he is not. He doesn't agree at all. Like, not at fucking all. Like, this is not his problem. This is not our problem. Like, but he's not gonna let you all fucking die.
Okay, I will kind of do you a solid then. Austra sees the look on your face and just says to you, maybe that's why Madame put that raven there. To warn us about what is inside, but maybe that is our duty to deal with it.
I understand. And that's very good logic. But as well as this is not our problem, so to speak.
No, but it could become our problem later down the line.
I hate all of you. Fine. Fine. Oh, and the stupid windmill. I swear, if I die,
I will do my best to keep you from doing so.
I will haunt every one of you, and you will wake up with bite marks for the rest of your life.
Understood.
Fine, just be extra
Cautious?
careful. Don't touch anything. Please. I know we're having a little bit of a tiff right now, but just watch each other's backs. Keep each other safe. And do not split up.
Okay.
So what you say, kid?
We're going in.
Would you like me to cast Divine Sense before we do?
Yes, please.
She will go ahead and cast that then.
Okay. Can you pop Divine Sense into the chat for me?
Yes.
I believe it's Fiends, Celestials, Fae. Oh, Undead.
Yes. Celestial Fiend or Undead.
Ah, look at me. Oh, it's not Fae, though. I fucked that one up.
I mean, if she did detect good and evil, it would be,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Okay. It's more the thing of
Distance.
distance.
60 feet.
And it is blocked by stuff or just not blocked by anything?
I don't believe it's blocked by anything. I believe it's just 60 feet, but it only
Okay.
lasts for one round.
Yeah, no, that is fair enough. One action,
Just
yeah.
like immediate beep.
So, using your Divine Sense, it then becomes a moment of, well, I'm glad I did do that. Because you are immediately hit with 3 pings of Fiend.
Ooh.
One is closer to you than the others, and they are above you. You're assuming in the elevation of the women.
Okay. So there's 3 up there, and she points up. They're fiends, as far as I can tell. But that's all I can tell.
Okay. So don't trust anything they say.
Yes.
More like kill on sight.
I put a hand on Valdez's shoulder and I use Vigilant Blessing, so basically on the next initiative you have advantage.
Oh, thanks.
Are we ready?
Let's get our weapons out and get ready then.
Right. If you all wouldn't mind, can you count to 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There, go.
Okay, well, you may need to count to another 6. Before you do that, how many give it to you? To my proficiency bonus, so I can choose up to 2 people. You save more people. I feel like you're more perceptive. So I'm gonna. Does TS allow me to approach him?
No.
No? Do I have to touch you? Hang on a second, let me double check this. Oh no, you just don't have a choice. Okay. Hold on. Oh damn, okay. Okay. I'm just going to look at Al and TS, and in your minds, you are going to just hear count to 6. I want to check inside first. And my lips don't move. Actually, count to 12. And DM, if I may, I would like to stealth and move it.
Mm-hmm.
And DM, I will throw that in the chat for you. Unless you know the future already.
Mm. Nope, that is completely fair.
Okay. So it's for Airmaid and Dusky. You can telepathically talk to me within a certain distance. There's no action required. If you listen, who knows? But DM, I would like to move in stealth.
Roll stealth for me.
Wait, so
You can telepathically speak to me now.
okay.
No action required, no spell, no anything.
Great, if I wasn't already having a bad day,
Son
now
of
I
a bitch.
have you in my head.
I am going to. I am going to add a trait to that because I don't like that. Give me 1 second.
Since for
And does
everyone
that
watching at
fail
home,
or no?
I can tell you that failed.
Okay, then I will go ahead and I will use this ability, consume resource, and I will go ahead and. Oh my gosh, son of a gun! It doesn't matter. Hopefully, you gave me 12 seconds though.
And I can tell you that you don't expend that die.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I don't expend it. I'll give that back. You are gonna have to give me that feature back because I can't. Can I?
You should be able to.
Yeah, I can. All right, never mind. All right, that's fine. I don't expend that die. Continue.
So as you walk in, I can give you a description. The ground floor of this windmill has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Added to the clutter is a peddler's cart, which has just been dumped in the middle of the room, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors. In addition to the clucking of the chickens, you hear toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries blends horridly with a stench that burns your nostrils. The awful odour comes out of an open, upright barrel in the centre of the room next to the peddler's cart. Warmth just billows out from the brick oven against the one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. Shrieks and cackles from somewhere higher up cause the old mill to actually physically shudder.
If I look up, do I see anything?
If you're going to actually, the only way that you'd be able to see anything is if you either climb the stairs or go like right up against the wall that the stairs are built into.
I'll go up against the wall the stairs are built into.
So looking up, you can see rotating gears in the ceiling attached to like a central wooden post. You then wince as you take a step, slightly more measured than the others, and your foot comes down with a sickening crunch. You look to see what you've stepped in, thinking maybe you stood on a bit of the tossed away dishware. And no, you've stood on what looks like discarded bones.
Do I see anybody or thing, creature?
You don't immediately know.
Okay,
Although you
how
have
many
a
times just-
you have an idea that something heard you as the gears upstairs stop turning.
Telepathically, you hear, talk to us, what's going on?
Something's definitely in here, killing and or eating things. There's toads, a trunk, a very colorful wardrobe or cabinet, and the windmill's gears was immediately stopped because the thing that's in here definitely knows that I'm living and breathing, and I believe it wants to eat me. Do I see it? No. You may want to wait before you come busting in to save my life.
I just, you hear just like a bit of silence, and then like 3 seconds later, you hear, your 12 seconds are up, we're coming in.
Give me 112 more. Let me get eyes on me. Because if it's something bad, I just want to get out. Before you put a child's life in danger, give me that.
You have 10 seconds.
I'll start moving up the stairwell.
Okay. You...
If I can, I'd try to like to stealth up, and if that's just not possible because of my first roll, also understandable.
I'll say that because you're transitioning from floor to floor, roll another stealth check.
That's what I want to see. 27. I rolled that
Okay.
to the DM by mistake.
That is a 27. I think that's a natural 17 for you. No, natural 19. Take that back.
Yeah, it's a 19.
So, realistically, there isn't a lot of places for you to hide as you're just walking up a very open stairwell.
Yeah. Just trying to be quiet.
But being quiet, being stealthy, keeping your head below the level of where the stairwell levels out to the next floor. What you're able to see is a mill. And the woman operating it. She's a haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as wrinkled as a boiled apple. She looks like she's just stepped away from a hand crank connected to a millstone that takes up the majority of this room. The floor again is littered in what looks to be chunks of bone, and she, as she moves, stirs up like white dust. The apron that she wears is blood-stained and flour-caked.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
I heard there was 3 bleeps, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming that Aurora said that out loud.
I believe they did.
She did, yes.
Okay. Because I've been around the block, can I assume something based on all of this coming straight out of a fairy tale almost? Or would you like for me to roll? Because I as Sorrow have a very keen idea of what this is, but I don't know if Azazel would. He's been around the block a bunch, so your call.
What I will do is have you make an Arcana check. This will be going back to your studies.
Yeah, that's the other part. I'm like, it's not completely out of it. 13.
I mean, from what you remember of fiends, it's not out of the ordinary for them to be able to potentially disguise themselves. It's also not out of the ordinary for fiends to eat people. It would make sense of why there's bones around.
Yeah, do you want me to message you this?
No, I know
don't
exactly. I know exactly what you're pointing
okay.
at, and I'm telling you that you don't get that. You're there like, fiend.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to double check. That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna be like, okay, I see something. It's an old fucking lady who I think has flour on her apron. She was working on a grinder. I can't tell if... I mean, obviously, she's not a good person. But I don't know where the other 2 things are, if that's even the thing.
I will tell you...
The rest of the group,
Yes.
no.
I was going to say, I will say, like, because you're obviously reporting back to the group, that you do see...
Telepathically.
Opposite you, there is
no.
another staircase.
Okay.
And that is where you hear the cackling come from. So the cackling is not coming from the old woman at the millstone.
Ooh. That's... Okay. That's why I hear cackling. I'm gonna go a little bit further to give me another 10 seconds.
9.
That's
8.
fine. I don't stop talking in my head. I need to pay attention. You need to understand how this works. I would like to continue moving in towards the cackling room.
Okay, I'm warning you now. If you step off the stairwell, there is nowhere to hide. There is no stealthing to be done here. It is an incredibly open room.
So my question is, and you tell me if I'm wrong, can I do? Because you said she started to move away. Can I do it when her back's turned towards me and try to like quietly get to the door and open it and peer in before she turns around? It might not work, but I'm asking if that's possible.
I'm going to say no, only because the thing that's drawn her attention is in your direction. So she is turning towards you, if anything.
Okay. Then. Ooh, okay, hang on. I'm trying to. Ooh, okay, man. Do these come from me? It does. Okay, so that ain't gonna work. I'm gonna get myself killed.
3, 2.
Stop counting in my head. I'm paying attention. Shit. Fuck. All right, because she's counting, I know it's going to go quick, and she's not going to wait another 10 seconds. Can I take a little out of one of my little pouches I keep on my belt, one of the ball bearings, and just try to chuck it past, like, towards the other side of the room? It might work, it might not, but I'm trying.
Yeah. This technically isn't a roll from you. It's going to be a roll from them.
Okay.
To see if they see you throwing this ball.
Do you want... Oh, okay, I was going to say, do you want like a sleight of hand or like a deception check?
I guess this would be sleight of hand to try and like not draw attention to yourself while still throwing the ball where you want it to go.
Decent.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So with that, you throw the ball, and she doesn't appear to notice it come from you, but she obviously hears it hit the back wall, and she turns and does go to investigate the noise.
Okay, now can I try my original idea?
Stealth check.
Okay. Yes, man.
Okay. As she's bending down, like she's squatting to go pick up the ball bearing, you move back around past her and start to head up the stairs.
Hold on. I got past the old lady.
How the fuck are you gonna get back is the question.
No one said I had to live through this.
You have 5 seconds.
I can't move that fast while being quiet. Why am I whispering? This is telepathic.
8 seconds. You have
I was
8
curious
seconds.
about that this entire time.
Look, if you want to come busting in, that's fine. I'm trying to find us more information before you all get in here.
Just hurry up.
Do you know how being quiet works?
Not really our speciality in the temple.
Be quiet,
what?
master.
Hurry up and wait. I will continue, deal.
You are now, again, it's this weird predicament because the staircase that you're on is open to the side where the old lady is. So as soon as she bobs up, she's going to be able to see you.
I am trying to do all this in a quick fashion. I might be made, but this is what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so what you see, the central gear shaft goes all the way up through the middle of the windmill. And dancing around this central gear shaft in this cramped little circular room are 2 ugly young women wearing shawls that look to be made of silk, but then gowns that look like they've been stitched together Texas Chainsaw style.
Oh, there's ugly and uglier.
Long needles stick out of their tangled mops of black hair, and the women cackle with glee.
Alright, a woman laughing is never a good thing. I want to go ahead and move back if I can.
Okay, so...
Do I get back? Oh, fuck!
I'll say make another stealth check, but this time with disadvantage, because this is you trying to scoot down the stairs quick enough that they don't see you. Okay.
14. Not high enough past that past perception, I'm pretty sure.
If you're, I don't know if you can use this again, but I can tell you that technically failed.
Yeah, I could use it again as I got it back, but do I want to?
Probably is a good idea to get the fuck out of there.
I'm being told to do it. Now I really don't
Well,
want to.
it's more the thing of being me fair as a DM. I want you to be able to use your abilities. And one of your abilities is there, like, I need to tell you if it fails.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's the one ability where I get to know first. Do I? Oh, I want to save it because of something else. I was told to use it. I'm using it.
Okay.
Oops, fuck.
Roll.
That wasn't supposed to go in the chat. Boom, get rid of that. You guys don't see anything.
Okay. So you going back down the stairs, you see the old woman, like, she's holding the ball bearing up, like she's looking at it. But she is so intent on looking at it that she doesn't see you go back past around her and back down the stairs.
Oh, thank God.
So succeeded. Okay, so I can't use that anymore. All right. All right. Okay. Code red. There's 3 women here, and 2 of them are laughing. That's never a good sign.
I would say that as you're moving away, Azazel, you hear the old woman call upstairs, going, Bella! Ophalia! It seems we have guests!
Operation Teddy Bear in suit. They know you're there.
Do you say that in your head?
No, I say that telepathically, and I'm going to. Oof. She doesn't know I'm there. I want to take advantage of that. But I will wait 1 round. I will wait 6 seconds, DM, because I know when I say that, she's already itching to get in here. So I'm going to wait 6 seconds, and then I'm going to be... Ooh, I know there's 3, and I saw those 3 things. But do I assume that she's a bad guy? DM, can I tell that woman's a bad guy or no?
I mean, you were told she's a fiend.
Okay, yeah, but I didn't know it was her. I said there was 3 fiends in here. I didn't know it was her, and I'm trying not to know
No,
that.
that's true. I mean, for all you know, she just made some chicken pastry and therefore there's blood on her patron. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't like people, and I'm kind of my thingamabob is okay with me doing this. So I'm gonna wait 6 seconds, and then I'm attacking that lady.
Okay, so you have been given the universal call sign of Operation Teddy Bear. What are you all doing?
Let's go!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't want to do this fight.
So I'm guessing we're all gonna like go. I looked at TS and I just grabbed my weapon and go, "Oh, we're going in!" And I literally kick the door and just go in.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh. So
no!
in that case then, you don't get the 6 seconds because you just kicked the door in.
Good fucking lord.
My
There
held
goes.
action.
Yep, you were holding an action.
I hear that, and I just know, I'm like, oh, there goes everything I just did, and I will go ahead and make an attack.
Okay, so before attacks are made, what is the marching order for everyone else? So obviously we have Alstra at the front kicking the door in. But then where is everyone else?
Yes,
You
go
said-
next.
He said Teddy Bear, and Teddy Bear was a very bad situation, so time is of defense.
I guess Aurora will be after TS.
Then
Okay,
Val would be more towards the back, probably. I can speak English. Probably with Saya.
that's fair. Say it would be at the back. Okay. I need to do something because the map is fucking up on my end. There we go. Fixed.
I'm gonna die.
Okay, so we have.
Hey, you're the one who fucking wanted to do this in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Alistair
no,
at the front
TS
there,
made me do it.
kicking the door in. We've got TS off to the side, just there, like, oh, I'm here. And then Aurora behind, ready to charge in. Valdis at the back, with Saya even further at the back. Okay, you had your held action. What are we doing?
I would like to throw my weapon at the creature.
At the old woman. No, that's fair enough.
The woman.
So you will have advantage because she doesn't know you're there.
Okay. Well, they're gonna find out sooner or later, so I guess I'll just go ahead. I will manifest my weapon, and I will throw it.
Yay.
Ooh.
Oh, that's garbage!
A 14
No,
does not hit.
I know. It's
This
horrible.
knife crosses across her shoulder, the blade completely dematerializes, and you see this woman turn to look at you now, her gaze focused on you, as she gives you a smile. And
Can I
that.
just let out? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go on. No, you go on. Any
Can I
final
just let
words?
out a very? I just want to have a very girly squeal.
I heard
Yes,
silence.
we can let out a very girly squeal, as that is where we are going to end today's session, with next week starting up with a fight in a windmill.
Bro.
You're welcome.
Asher, if I fucking die, I swear to God.
It's not my fault. I didn't do it the first time. This is the second time, 2 times. The 3 times is the charm, remember.
Okay. Ideally, Azazel dies.
Aurora doesn't want Azazel to die, though.
I still haven't gotten my Titanic art.
You're having it right here, right now.
Sorry, DM. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Chet. I should have stayed home.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Uh,
But thank you everyone so much for watching, either joining us in the chat or watching us on YouTube. We are live every, well, technically for me, Saturday morning, but every Friday night, 7 p.m. EST. And then the watch party goes live every Tuesday. All I've left to say is thank you. And good night.
Good night.
Operation Teddy Bear. Bite.